Hello, wonderful Taurus. Hi, I'm Emma. I'm here for your May 2021 reading. It's a pleasure to be here with you again, and I'm really excited about looking into May with you. I can tell you that the energies around you are becoming more grounded and more rooted, and I'm feeling really good about it. Um, I will let you know that the way I'm going to do this reading is I have tuned into your sort of energy for May prior to pressing record, and I'm going to explore that with you. And then I'm going to pull 3 cards to sort of connect to the conversation, layer it, solidify it, seal it in. And then I'm going to pull 1 card towards the end to center on relationships. And that's how we're going to do this today. So whilst I was sat tuning in, the message that I got for you, Taurus, for May is co-creative magic. Co-creative magic in May. I love this. This is so fantastic. We've definitely got themes of togetherness for you. And I felt like those realizations that you came to in the last month, and perhaps those new beginnings and how you are taking those inner awakenings, the things you know you want to explore now, the ways you want to do things differently, we're able to actually take them out into the world and for them to be very tangible and pick up some steam. Pick up some steam, get some things going. You know, you've been really honing in on what it is you want, who it is you've become, and how you want to create in the world. And it feels like May really carries on those themes about you. You. It's all about you, Taurus, which is incredible. That's the way we've been sort of wanting it for a while now. We've been guiding you there. And what May brings you are the people that you can be you with to create these experiences that you now know wholeheartedly you want to have. So those big realizations you were having recently, the knowings that came through, May is providing a platform for you to start bringing it to life. And so whilst we are still keeping the focus on you, that's not changing. Like the focus is totally on you. We are ensuring that you get to connect with people that allow you to be you, that are supportive of you, that want to help you bring your visions into reality. And so I imagine this is a mix of people that see the world the way that you do, therefore they're just as excited about that as you are, but also perhaps bring the knowledge of how to get you where you want. You know, like, so maybe they have experience or knowledge, maybe they're not quite like you, but they don't require you to change to be anything you're not. So you may find that even if you are really enjoying the experiences of other people that are complete different, you know, so much individuality is coming to the table, you should notice that nobody's asking you to be anything other than what you are. That your vision, your feelings, your sense of being is being really honored. And I feel like there are things that can come to life now that maybe couldn't in the past because of this solidifying inside of yourself, this knowing, this development, this layering, this texturing. You are more you than you've ever been. And now you are very ready to be out in the world, holding your own, holding that space, holding who you've become. Like you're not as much under threat. Do you know, like where in the past you've maybe been out in the world and you felt like it was hard to be you in the world, hard to take you out in the world and other people not make you feel like you're supposed to be something else in order to be cooperative. Do you know, like if you want to be in this job or this friendship or this relationship, then I'm going to need you to change. And that's maybe been a theme on and off through your life, but you should notice that through May, that's not happening in the same volume, that people are actually really allowing you to be you. And I think because we've got that wonderful depth happening in you, this ownership, this bonding, it's like you are the most you've ever been. And because of that, we're able to put you out in the world in the ways that you want, and the things you want to live and create are able to come into being, because you're not going to get lost inside of it all. You know, we're bringing in the right people. This is the thing as well. So we've got the right people coming in to help you bring that to reality. And it all feels very gentle. Very gentle. I think the energies are very grounding in May. So you may have noticed throughout April that there was a lot of up and down, a lot of up and down inside yourself, but it should be more rhythmical now. You should notice a rhythm happening through May that is more manageable, more enjoyable. And I think May will be where you can actually see the process and the progress of things coming together, and not too quick, not too quick, because I think it helps you feel safe in this wonderfulness. Like when things happen very fast, sometimes we don't have the time to develop trust in what's happening. So I feel like the rhythm is very reflective of what you need to feel safe and secure and trusting in all this good stuff that's happening for you. And so it's this lovely rhythm. By all means, Taurus, you shouldn't be bored. Like there is a rhythm, things keep moving, things keep happening. And I feel like enough is happening in your world consistently that you can believe that these dreams are becoming reality. It might be that one thing happens and it gives you a good sign. You go, oh my gosh, this one thing happened. That's a really good sign. But then you should notice that through May, things keep happening to really instill the trust for you. I know that in spiritual conversation, there's a lot that says we've got to have that trust inside first, and this unshakable belief. And, if you just believe it, it will come together. But I think the human in us needs to see the experience. We need the living experience of it. We need the living evidence to say, oh no, this is now becoming normal for me. I can trust in this because it is happening recurringly. So you should notice this fantastic co-creative energy where you are out in the world, you are out as you, other people are incredibly supportive and helpful, helping you feel good, helping you feel like you can be out in the world, helping you to bring your dreams to reality. And there's this wonderful rhythm to it. There's a rhythm that is really layering your trust in life, layering your trust in people, layering your trust in the world, and trust in yourself. And that feels really good to me. I feel like this is going to be a really great month to have the living experience of co-creative trust. That might be a wonderful one to just, like meditate on, or just think about. We have a little think about things and ponder and philosophize about what co-creative trust means to you, because we're not asking anybody else to be anything than they are, right? But there are certain things that you want to feel in your relationships, and there are certain things you want to feel in this co-creative environment. And I feel like in the past, you've obviously not felt the trust in other people at times, and felt like, oh, well, I thought you were going to be a good one, and then you kind of let me down, you kind of disappointed me, you kind of made me feel like I couldn't be myself. And I feel like you're going to really notice how that's changed now. This co-creative magic. What does co-creative trust mean to you, Taurus? It'd be really interesting to see, perhaps, as I'm talking now, maybe a little bit of philosophizing on it, and then maybe just allowing for something different to take place and enjoying the surprise of that, saying, oh, I didn't know I could feel that way, and oh, that's never happened to me before. And perhaps the very living of it is the thing that's going to rewrite it. You don't have to plan it out and say, I want to definitely be feeling all these things. But by just checking in and saying how you might like to feel, as those things start to happen, it will just really deepen your trust that you are receiving this. This is happening for you. This is what you wanted. But don't feel like you have to enforce it, because I genuinely believe the living of it is what's going to rewrite it. So dreams becoming reality through May, but through co-creation. That's a good theme to have for May. Co-creative magic, co-creative trust. I feel good about this. Right, so I'm going to pull 3 cards now to just really layer that conversation. So we've got some interesting ones. We've got the 10 of Swords. We've got the World. Can't not be happy looking at the World. And we have got the 5 of Pentacles. Now, for me, looking at those, obviously, here we go, look at those. Obviously, there's some feeling here and some emotion going on through May. And I feel like as we head into the beginning of May, we're putting old stories to rest now. You know, I'm an intuitive reader, so for me, card meanings they do contribute to how I connect, but my intuitive message, my intuitive feeling always trumps any traditional message. And so when I look at that, I just feel like we're putting old stories to rest now, old stories to die. Do you know, like these old stories we have around co-creating and the ability to be yourself in the world, and for it to be rewarding, for it to be successful, for it to be satisfying, for it to be full. You know, we are rewriting the way that you connect with this. There are new stories coming into play. And I think, you know, we can put the world with that to say, you know, these old stories about how you haven't felt that sense of belonging, I believe that's coming to an end, because we are now creating a world. You are creating a world with others, this co-creative energy. So with others and with the, you know, spirit and the universe and life itself, you are creating a world that you can be you in. And that is just really solidifying that message in. Like the old stories about how you haven't been able to do this, they're almost like you don't have to put too much work in here, Taurus. There's no healing that needs to really take place on this, because at least no, you know, like let's get ready now healing kind of thing. I kind of feel like the living of it has been enough, and that it's just about living the new stories, living the new experiences that will write over the old ones. So there's no real hard work that needs to take place. It's just by being in it, being a part of it, flowing with it, allowing it, which you're going to do, because this is going to be fun. This is going to be good. It's going to be exciting. You're going to have eagerness and enthusiasm for this because it feels good. It's going to be a thing that you're going to feel like you're not even really trying sometimes. It just feels natural. And I think that alone is going to really rewrite these old stories and create a new one for you. It's a brand new world. Brand new world. I do feel, though, looking at this, because obviously we then have to have a look at our 5 of Pentacles. And it does feel like it might be that in the awakening of this new world, in the awakening of this and the feeling good and feeling that sense of belonging, it may be that you're leaving old friendships, relationships, work relationships, family relationships, relationships in general, maybe left out. Maybe left out. And Taurus, you've got such a kind, caring heart that you might feel a bit guilty about that. You know, you might feel like, oh no, I'm not taking care of the friend that has been with me for like the last 20 years or something, you know, or oh no, my family member, they've always been there for me. But I feel these are people that just don't fit well anymore, because you're having such a beautiful contrasted experience of what it feels like to be you and be you wholly and not be judged and altered by your company. I feel like you're going to notice that some of your old relationships aren't quite up to scratch. And there's nothing like harsh going on from you. Like I don't see you cutting anybody out, but maybe you just get really busy and you're really busy with other people. And perhaps some people vocalize that they notice you're like, I feel left out, you don't seem interested in me anymore. Perhaps you just notice that they invite you out and you don't want to go. And I just feel like it's to be expected that some people are going to feel left out in your world because you've changed. and you're honoring yourself more, and you're choosing what feels good, and you're choosing the people that feels good. And it might be that some people do feel left out from these wonderful transformations. Now, that's not unusual. We know that when you go through stages and different cycles of transformation throughout your adulthood, of course people get left behind, and we all sort of play musical chairs. We play musical chairs and we move over this direction, and other people are left to that side of the circle, and I feel like some people are maybe not enjoying that with you. They want more of your time, and maybe here's the weird thing, maybe they don't want more of your time, but just the very essence of you being busy is creating an abandonment story in them. Like, maybe they're not supposed to be with you either. There's other people that they're supposed to be spending time with, and other focuses they're supposed to have. Like, you're not even supposed to be their focus right now. But for some reason, you might find yourself on the receiving end of people that aren't doing so great, that aren't sharing your enthusiasm for this fantastic world. So I think it's just going to require you to really remember those old stories. Not too harsh, not too tight, just gently. Remember those old stories, and remember how much you wanted this. You wanted this. This is the stuff that's happening for you in May is fulfilling and satisfying because you have wanted it for years. For years and years and years and years and years, and you've really wanted this, and you've done so much growing and maturing to be able to enjoy this and be a part of this, and you don't need to explain yourself to the people that don't get it. You don't have to feel guilty. Just remind yourself, hold on a minute, I felt like this for years, and I'm not about to apologize for now feeling better and feeling good and feeling great. And if those people don't get it, they don't get it. And here's the thing, I actually think you're going to be really quite good at not getting knotted up and entangled in the, like any confrontation or any conflict. I don't feel like you're going to step into it and cause a fuss, but I do think it's going to sort of mull about your head. Do like sort of go round in circles inside your head when you're at home going, hold on a minute, they're saying this and they're being weird with me, and they're kind of punishing me for being unavailable, and that doesn't make me feel good, and I can almost see you explaining it to yourself why you deserve all this, But I think gentle reminders why you're allowed to have this world now. And know that this is just part of the clearing process, and we all go through it. You can't avoid it because we cannot control how other people are going to react to our circumstances or events or sense of being. You just can't predict it, and you can't control it. And it's just a little awareness, because you're so beautifully tender-hearted that you may take it personally. But we are here to remind you that it's not personal. It's not about you. It's about them. And this is part of the process. Is stepping away from that which doesn't support you. And whether that's people or events or situations, this. Okay, so this is me just giving you the confidence that you're allowed this. Yeah, let's validate it. You're allowed it. Go for it. Enjoy it. But be aware that there is a musical chairs taking place, and you may notice that as we introduce really nourishing relationships, your older ones aren't as attractive. They're not as appealing. And it doesn't make those people that you're moving away from bad people. Yeah, they're not bad guys. And that. And that's maybe what makes it harder, is that they're not bad guys. They just don't quite fit with where you're at. Okay? So you've got, relationships is like a really big theme for you, isn't it? This co-creative conversation, really big theme throughout May. So I think, do trust that all the other things you're interested in, like, your career, your creativity, your love life, your sense of spirituality, your connectivity. Everything is taken care of. Everything is flourishing. Everything is moving and growing. But you will notice if you focus your focus your perspective on your relationships and how they're transforming. And I do believe you'll be reassured that the growth and the movement and the development is happening very clearly. And that will really show you that things are changing for you. Okay. Right, now I'm just going to have a look briefly because I think we've talked a lot about relationships. You've got a whole relationship theme going on, but I'm going to look at relationships more, let's say, romantic relationships. So, whether that's, within a partnership or a union, or whether it's, you're single and you're looking for your next great experience. I am going to look at relationships, romance ones, briefly. Because your whole month is relationships. This whole reading could be applied to romance, So let's have a look. Okay, interesting. We've got the Five of Cups. And I'm going to say, don't cry over spilt milk. After everything that I've just discussed about how your relationships are transforming for the better, for the best, for you being able to be you in this world and create the experiences you want to have, when it comes to romance, union, and obviously looking for your next thing, I would say, don't sweat the small stuff. Don't cry over spilt milk, because there should be so much happening in your month that really restores your trust and belief that your relationships are thriving. So if you are finding that things aren't perfect in the beginning of May, perhaps you feel like, let's have a look. If you're single, if you feel like things haven't been working out, there is so much greatness coming to you in relationship. There is something really special on the way, and your standard of relationship is about to get a lot higher. That by the end of May, you should find that any old flames or any old sort of the remnants of disappointing experiences in relationship really do simmer down, because they're replaced by something better. Okay, because they're replaced with high quality relationships. And there is no reason why romantic relationships can't be leveling up this month for you. And I do think once you have the experience of that level up, you won't really feel a loss with the things that have gone, because they are so much better. They're so reflective of you, and I can't even explain to you how incredible it's going to feel for you, single Taurus, when you can share your whole self with someone. Now, I've got that, and it is constantly phenomenal and constantly mind-blowing to me and constantly healing and exciting all at once. And I think hold on in there, because you will see evidence of the relationships transforming. That will give you the reassurance that more is on the way. And when it comes to romance, you are about to level up. And so just let go of any of the, let go. I hate to be that reader that does this. Let go of the old one. Allow it to just be as it is. I think just allow it to be as it is. You can't get over something that you're not ready to get over. You can't let go of things that they just let go of themselves. Like, that's just what happens. It happens naturally. But the good news is that what you're going to get is such high quality coming in that this won't be a big thing in you. For the losses you've had won't be a big thing in you for long. Okay, they just won't. So maybe take that with you, no crying over spilled milk. Equally, if you are dating and you're back out in the dating world, let the little things go if the good things are great. Okay, so if the big things are great and the big things are amazing and you're able to be yourself out there, let the little things go for now. The little wobbles, the little uncertainties, the little, I'm not sure how I feel about him doing that or her doing this. I think let the little things go if the great things are great. If the big things are great, just let those little things go for now. Don't focus too much on them, because it should be that if the great things are fantastic, it will carry through, and the little things always get sorted out. Okay, so maybe just getting into that practice of not blowing little things into big things and letting big things be big things and letting them be great. Yeah. But similarly, if for some reason you are experiencing big things that aren't great, pay attention to that. Big things are not little things. Okay. But I think if there is this theme of letting the little things go now, letting the little things go, and it'll be the same if you're in relationship, Taurus. So if you're in union, Taurus, it may be a really good month in May to develop that, where we're talking about developing that sense of trust. I suppose that goes for all you Taurus lovelies, but, especially if you're engaging in something. You are engaging in dating, engaging in union, you are in union. This may be a really good month to let the little things go so the big things in your relationship can stand out. If the milk gets spilled, it's very easily cleaned up. And if you've got the big things, if the great things are great inside your union, you're winning. You are winning. And I think it's okay to learn that, like through trusting through the big things. Learn trust through the big things in your relationship, because if we were looking at trusting our partners over all the little things that irritate us about each other, I mean, we'd all be screwed. But if we can really hone in on how the big things are transforming us for the better, how we're connecting for the better, we're loving for the better, and being loved for the better, that alone, if you really focus in on the big love inside your relationships and inside your experiences, the greatness inside your experiences, that alone should be enough, with the right focus, to really start sealing in this gorgeous sense of trust in what you have. And that will give you the trust in what you can develop and grow and create going further. I'm not feeling anything here that says you're in the wrong thing. You're in the wrong thing. You're like, if you know you're in the wrong thing, then your knowing trumps my knowing, totally different conversation. But I feel like the theme is that there's enough great going on that you can all let the small things go when it comes to romance this month. And that is going to be really supportive, because if you think we're introducing you being accepted for who you are, it makes sense that there's some practice going on that you are also learning to accept others, even with their small weird little quirks that make you go, ooh. Do you know what I mean? Like, if it's not a big quirk and it's not a big thing and it's not even a meaningful thing for you, it's okay to let that go. And I think there's this lovely recurring theme of being yourself, being you, being able to be loved for who you are. And I think it's so gorgeous that you'll also be loving the other. You'll be loving others for who they are. And you're so good at that, Taurus. You're so good at it. So May is just giving you more opportunity to practice what you already believe in. You already believe in that. You already believe in accepting someone for who they are. And you already believe in wanting that for yourself. And I think in romance, it's just giving you lots of opportunity to practice that. And know that alone is going to really develop your trust in the other. Okay, so that's my May reading. It's me banging my cards on the table. May reading. Oh, look at that. Proper empowered. Right. I'm going to come back for you next month, but if you want to check in with me in the month, you can come and join my Patreon. It's a growing new community. We'd love to have you there. I'm posting daily readings, weekly video conversations. I've got a tool of the week, like a nice connective tool to connect and do things differently and look at things differently. I've called it a connective treasure because it could be a tool, an activity, a ritual, a meditation, but just something that's really supportive of connecting with self, and something that I know that I've used that is really working for me, or I am using. So you can come over on Patreon. We've got loads of fun going on over there. You can also book in with me for one-to-one readings. You can do that through my website. I'll pop a link in the description box. But in the meantime, I'm wishing you a beautifully co-creative, magical May. And I look forward to talking to you again for June. Okay, bye, Taurus.